Against the backdrop of the spectacular Rocky Mountains on the outskirts of Colorado Springs, home to some of our nation's best and brightest at the United States Air Force Academy. And when they're not learning to fly, they're getting ready for battles on the gridiron. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Navy Midshipmen. And the Falcons will kick it off to get us underway. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Navy Midshipmen will go on offense first to start this game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Gets it to the back. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fat, got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Midshipmen. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was finished off by a terrific 26-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Falcons offense will go to work for the first time today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys who are the leaders. These are the guys get everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Buys a little time. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake. And then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
And that pass is intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Using the quick game. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Navy lifts anchor in the red zone. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to the end zone. And the ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. First down for this offense. Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Dating to the days of the great Fisher to Berry at Air Force, you need a great ball handler at quarterback.
Man, that's not something you say about every university. Obviously, Air Force is different. It's unique. It's more about running the football. It's more about the option consistently. So you got to have a guy that can handle that ball, not put it on the deck, and not make mistakes.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Manning. Fires to the tight end. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Falcons are moving quickly down the field. Gonna run it. It's Frazier. Still on his feet at the 45. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Falcons! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Navy will go back on the attack. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone. Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback... Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it on the right. Nothing but green ahead. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Didn't take him long to get into the goal-to-go package. Here they are on first down. Snap in the shotgun. Got it. They will score. Touchdown, Navy. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive, and the ball is loose and live in the backfield. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. Power football with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense was one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season, not even in the top 50. But you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more...
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, midshipman. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Navy 21, Air Force 7. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's looking downfield to throw. Dances away to buy time. And he'll avoid the tackle on the slide.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And Navy will go back on the attack. Xavier, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put
pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And it's right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger. After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
Air Force 7.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Leaves it with the back. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
That's a nice-looking run. I'll tell you, when it comes to the academies, I know the Air Force is known for being mighty in the skies, but on the football field, it's what they're able to do on the ground. Year in, year out, they are so dangerous toting the rock, whether it's the option, whether it's conventional, whether it's spread. These guys are dialed into what they want to do, and they wear defenses down.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Give to the running back. Shows him the stiff arm. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
And I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting a run. Not only a positive run. Shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
And the Falcons will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wants to return it. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Goes to the option. Still on his feet at the 35. Oh, look out! Tackled, but he has a first down.
He's brought down at the 36-yard line.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Navy lifts anchor in the red zone.
And that's a first down.
Now on the option. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, a statement run in the red zone to the 13. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans...
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 5.
No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches.
He lofts one down the sideline. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Man, what a break on the football. He read that the whole way. He just couldn't finish it. You know he saw the end zone. He saw the grass in front of him to break on that and maybe take it to the house, but just a missed opportunity.
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And Navy will go back on the attack. The offense lining up for a first down play. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. Open space at the 25. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. On the option. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Inside the 45. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. And finally out of bounds. downs after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Well, the defense knew they had a huge challenge coming into this one. This running back, one of the top 10 in the nation right now in rushing yards, they're going to have to load the box defensively, and they're going to have to get a lot of hats to the football because he is not easy to bring down.
And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away. That's one he'd like to have back.
And now on second down for this offense. Trying to get to it. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
This defense needed something to go right. Man, they're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some...
Looking for the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. What a disappointment. No good. And, guys, this will stay a 24-point game. Single back formation, and they give it to him. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Manning. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he's running in the open. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll line up for a second down play. Now the play fake. Getting some heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Grabbed over the middle. It's Frazier. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Florida State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Seminoles ever do that?
He only needs a sliver of daylight.
A lot.
Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, midshipman. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own.
38, Air Force 10.
Coming out with it, it's Perez. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff to the single back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Third down coming up.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Manning. They're trying to get to it. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll field the punt. He gets a block. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Navy. He'll try to tack on one more.
Number 5.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. He wants to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. And the Falcons racing to the line in the hurry-up. On second down, he's looking downfield. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Got it in the middle, it's Harris. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The defense is going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll take it on the return, and he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down the end zone.
After that last completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. He spins that thing down the middle. Makes the catch down the right side. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
It's complete. Knocked down for the tackle. You know they'd love to convert this 3rd down after missing a field goal on the last drive. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. Absolute shame. Missed it. Because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about instead. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Quick strike complete. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. Unloads to the right. He makes the catch. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to move it through the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Finds his tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed.
A shot toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so...
Afterburners coming. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a 1st down. To throw, it's Manning. He's got his man. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the 1st down. The Falcons are rolling down the field. Caught near the sideline, it's Harris. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He'll keep it himself. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
This offense is really going to try to keep the defense on their heels in the run game by doing it with different guys. It'll be running backs, it'll be quarterbacks. They may even try to get receivers involved in the jet sweep game, reverse game as well. But a nice play there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. They'll send out the kicker here. Good right down the boulevard. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's got great speed. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. And here comes the Navy offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
On the option. He'll toss it. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Going over the top. He's got another 25. And you can see the offense just stealing itself. They've got it down to the 21. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. He's going to pass. Looking to scramble. He's got him in the flat. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Now on second down. He'll pull it on the read. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays from this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Trying to push their way into the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, midshipmen! And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Bowling Green was able to come away with a hard-fought victory inside Perry Stadium. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. And the Falcons will call on their punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And Navy will go back on the attack. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll try the run. On the move at the 30. He now has 91 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! And the route is on. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent, this one's over.
59, Air Force, 13.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny...
And the ball's loose. And the defense has got it, and they're bringing it back. Oh, look out on the right. And a great return on the play before they're finally able to bring him down.
And there's so much skill to these returns. As soon as you get the football, man, watch the defensive guys turn into blockers and understanding how to follow your blockers. And he did everything right except for getting the end zone. Got it inside the 5-yard line. Now set up the offense from great field position.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
Air Force 13.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Off the play fake. Fires on the move. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Give to the single back. Look out, he's got room. He's off to the races. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. They're going to run it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
Take over.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Trying to impose their will with the run. It's the runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. He's piled up 97 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Navy will have to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. First play of the drive comes from the 38. The give to the lone running back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Line getting set on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Manning. Got his man quickly. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
The Falcons send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. And here comes the Navy offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, Dave, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They feed him again. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football, so the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Got the quick pass. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. Wide receiver shows motion. On second down, he'll let it fly. This time he's got his man. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
Gain of 18. First and goal, Navy.
I'm not really sure what the thought process here is other than just trying to troll them by not running a play. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. Third and goal from way back there. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. I know I've never seen this before. The punt team on the field in the red zone. They're in scoring position. I mean, trick play's coming, right? Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
Got out of trouble and throws. Got it in the middle, it's Frazier. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catch enough to give them the first down. He's looking to throw it. Coming after him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. The aerial assault continues. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Catch in the middle, it's Frazier. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Third down coming up after that completion. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass is intercepted.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today. And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. They'll give it to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.